Hello YouTube, this is the Nerdy Tribunal. I'm Derek. This is Tom. Victor Ernest is joining us. Today we're going to talk about the new, not news I guess, like now it's been announced that Black Widow will have a standalone movie.
It's happening.
It's actually happening.
Is it fully confirmed? Or is it it's talk?
I don't know, you guys give me the topics to talk about, so it's not me.
It's in the talks, I guess?
Yeah.
So like there's enough speculation out there, enough news to say that we can probably safely say that they're going to have a standalone movie for Black Widow.
I think what it was they came to Scarlett Johansson and asked her would she do it and what her ideas would be if they did do one.
Because I think they actually went a little bit further. I think they're actually meeting with the writer.
Yeah, because they did kind of say that there is a writer. So it sounds like it's confirmed, but it might just be like, oh, let's see what we can do, and if it looks good, we will confirm it.
It's kind of been floating around since
she appeared.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Iron Man 2.
Okay, so when we brought this topic up, you guys entered a bit of a discussion already. It's like, and it's true. The timing seems kind of awkward. So when we first saw Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff in Avengers. No, that's wrong. That's Iron Man, right?
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2, and that I don't even know what year that was, man. Like
2008? Iron Man 2 was 2000, probably 2000.
That was still phase 1, right, of the movies.
2009, 2010.
So that was like, we'll say 7 years ago at least, right?
Yeah,
if not more.
2010, my bad.
So
Probably.
7 to 8 years later, she's gonna get her, like, she can and maybe will get her own standalone movie. Like, it's a bit awkward, right?
She's a bit more established now, so I guess you can have a little more... People recognize her now. So it's easier to produce a movie for her, just her, kind of what they're planning to do. When she's been through so much, you kind of have a brief idea of how her past or upbringing is, and you see what she can do. So you can kind of build off that and have her own standalone movie instead of throwing someone brand new in right away and just be like, here you go.
I think the awkwardness in this for timing is that Marvel now, after Phase 3, so starting in Phase 4, it's starting to become more space-oriented, cosmic, and less Earthbound. So throwing in a Black Widow movie is kind of weird. It makes sense for Phase 1, Phase 2, maybe early stages of Phase 3, but now it's kind of it seems like they're shoehorning it in because people want more female-led movies.
Well, seeing what Wonder Woman did in the box office kind of makes sense.
That's one of my questions is, like, do you think this is kind of a answer to or a rebuttal or joining the hype train of female-led superhero-like movies, like action movies? Because Wonder Woman did so well, and it was written in a way that wasn't your typical action or superhero movie. Sorry, I'll say a typical superhero movie, but not a typical action movie. And it was well done, and I personally enjoyed that movie. Despite some of its flaws, but well, you guys gave it a flaw. I gave it an 8 out of 10, man. Watch that review. I give it an 8 out of 10. Okay?
I don't remember what you gave it. No, I think we
all
gave something.
Haters.
No, I think we all gave something pretty good.
Like 7s. I gave it an 8, and you guys were like, whoa, right? I thought it was a good movie. Anyways, like, do you think like this Black Widow movie is kind of the Marvel attempt to try to find the same success Wonder Woman had? Does it feel like that at least?
I think it's a yes and no, because it's a no because Captain Marvel is coming out. I don't think it was going to be an answer to Wonder Woman. They weren't jumping on the train. It was kind of planned that they were going to do Captain Marvel anyways, before even Wonder Woman came out.
Yeah. How about Black Widow?
But Black Widow, I think it's just because people want her to have a standalone movie, because she was one of the earlier female superheroes in the modern age of these DCU, MCU, and these later Fox movies, right? So it makes sense for why they're trying to listen to that now, but it's just weird because she's an Earthbound character. I don't know where. With no powers, I don't know where they would go with her story. So in like
talking about her story, like in the comics, I know a little bit about her character, but she's always fought side by side with people that have superpowers and like fought against people with super strength and superpowers. And she's held her own. She's also known to be like a bit of a strategist too. She's very smart. Like, what was my question now? Fuck. I had a really good question. No, I don't remember it.
It's not that good.
I think
I was leading it up. Okay, so one of the questions, once I was, where are we going to take her from here? And do you think they're going to are they going to apply that same sort of like basic, like how she is in the comic books, her character, and kind of shown in the movies, not really, but like kind of like how she fights people that are basically well and above her, like her mortal abilities. Like, do you think they can and will apply in this movie?
The way I see it is they're going to have to go with what they did with Captain America in Winter Soldier. It has to be more of a kind of a political spy thriller kind of deal. It's easier to put her in that because it'll show off her capabilities of like being her strategies, her fighting abilities. And you can easily put in a villain that's not superpowered. Like if you're having some kind of political spy thriller, like a villain that comes to mind is Taskmaster. Someone that can maybe watching videos of what happened in like all the other previous movies, like what happened in all the fights and whatnot. He has the same capabilities as like fighting as like Captain America, and has like the same capabilities as like Hawkeye and whatnot. And it kind of puts them more on an even battlefield, you can say, because it's not fighting someone that's way above her power levels. That seems like unreasonable that she can actually defeat them. So.
It could be like a Captain America, Winter Soldier political thriller. It could be a Russian spy movie, because that is what she technically is. It could be something like that, or...
well, if you're going to say like that, then there has been talks... I think there's been rumors online where maybe taking us to like an R-rated scenario and kind of going with like Atomic Blonde or that new...
Red Sparrow.
Red Sparrow. So kind of something like that, right?
The thing about... it's... My issue is how... Because, MCU, every movie somehow pushes or molds future movies to a certain extent. Even Guardians, which was never really connected to the other movies, but it still somehow connects it, and it pushes the envelope a little more. How would a Black Widow movie do this for the rumored or confirmed by Feige going cosmic in the future? Like, how do you connect that?
Because you gotta still think about everything that's happening in Cosmic. Earth is still here. It could be like the reemergence of Hydra or something like that. Like something could be happening that's causing, or like easy one to bring in is like bring in AIM, a new organization creating like soldiers or doing something evil, and she needs to infiltrate to figure out what's going on. Because whatever's going on in space, there's still stuff going on Earth.
Of course, you see that, like, for sure you're gonna have both sides still, but it's weird how you would connect it.
Yeah.
Because there's, for all we know, Captain America dies, Iron Man dies, Hulk can die. We don't know right now, right?
Death. Everyone dies.
And,
death for you.
It's
death
like
for
Game
you.
of Thrones.
Everyone dies.
In Avengers 3 and 4, it's like Game of Thrones. We don't know who's gonna die. So it's harder, like, if someone like a Thor dies, it's harder for someone like a Black Widow to connect to, let's say, a Guardians of the Galaxy, because they're no longer intertwined, right?
If you bring up the fact that a lot of them might not be around, like a lot of Avengers, you can show off her leader abilities by having her maybe find a new Avengers.
Yeah.
Right? Make that as part of her movie standalone to show her taking up the reins and basically leading the way. So it could be like, you could do Black Widow, New Avengers, or something like that, right? So
that works. Yeah.
So
I think we can agree it's not going to be an origin story.
Oh no,
it's going to be something that's
it's a bit late for an origin story at this point, right?
Maybe a few little flashbacks here and there.
Oh
because I don't think anyone wants to see that, honestly.
Yeah. So like, okay, so the fact that we're just speculating if Marvel's moving towards the cosmic, and like there's that off chance that they might come back, like do some like snippets of Earth. How much would you think that would add value to the whole Feige plan? I'm pretty sure he's figured something out, but from what we can figure out, like, does this add value to the storyline, or is just going to sully the name of Black Widow? Just be like, well, here's a movie, and like, kind of sit there, like, because it doesn't add value to that grand Feige storyline that we all like kind of grown to love now,
Yeah.
right?
You gotta look at the fact that eventually his plan is gonna end. You're gonna have to start a new plan.
Yeah.
So what's the best place to start? Earth again. Consider the fact that with acquisition of Fox, you can easily bring in a lot of other ones like X-Men, Fantastic Four, and kind of implement her into it as well, right?
Yep.
It'd be like, oh, we're here to meet
Oh,
you,
she-
like, and like
yeah.
you're kind of like help the mutants get come to Earth or whatever is going on, right?
When you put it that way, it feels like it'd be really good to use her in a role of like in other movies as like the assistant director of Shield or something like that, right? Like give her a high title in Shield, not the leader or the director, like assistant or like some sort of
Kind of like a Maria Hill.
yeah, Maria Hill, but like a little bit high, like even like with a more authority kind of deal, right? Like that'd be kind of cool, and then you can have them like that's how you connect the rest of the MCU on Earth through Shield, because that's what it was. The Shield was kind of like here, let's grab everyone together, and then under Shield's directive, we do this mission, right?
I guess probably one of the last questions is, what kind of Black Widow movie would you like to see? Like, maybe some sort of theme. Would you like to see maybe a spy kind of movie, spy thriller movie, or like
If you really want
something more superhero-like?
I think the spy thriller makes the most sense because it will show off what she is fully capable of. It'll show off all the benefits she has, and not very little. Because if you're gonna put her in a superhero movie with a lot of other people, she loses a focus.
That's true.
Instantly, if someone comes in with powers, she's just seen as
Chop liver at this point.
yeah. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, this regular person here.
Would you want, if you had another character that we know or have seen in her standalone movie, who would you choose though? Because I think Marvel has kind of gotten to this realm where now there's no longer this one character. It's usually someone's thrown in.
There's a sidekick or a partner, a buddy.
There's also another hero.
I would like to actually see flashbacks of her, like when they were in Bangladesh, when they were with Hawkeye, because she mentioned that in Avengers, right?
Yeah. And
So things like that, like a
yeah.
little bit flashbacks on how she became, because I know Age of Ultron, she did have a little bit flashback of how she became the spy that she is now, right?
Yeah. I would like to see Hawkeye maybe like a spy thriller or like assassinate, because they're assassins.
I have one idea I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Just because I really like her in Agent Shields, bring in Mockingbird, bring her into the MCU. It'll be kind of interesting to see.
Bobby!
Exactly.
Bobby!
And then Hawkeye
Yes, please.
shows up.
Yes, please. I love Bobby.
Remember,
And then they have
comics,
the relationship.
They have this weird relationship. So yeah.
That could work. Yeah, that would be really nice. I like to see like
And she is a movie star, right? She's
Yeah.
been in movies. Like
Yeah.
she's up there. So
Yeah.
it's not unheard of that you can just. It should be a side like a supporting role. It wouldn't be or the main.
Yeah, she's not a big
anti-
enough star
like-
to
Like
outshine.
not a
her.
real villain, but her rival or something to that extent, right? So she wouldn't be the main person. So it's doable to throw her in there.
And she's not big enough in the Shield world where people would kind of go, "Hey, Agents of Shield is a part of this now." It's kind of most people don't even watch Shield really,
Yeah.
moviegoers at least.
Yeah.
But for people that do watch it, be like, oh my god, are
Oh,
you
it's like,
finding
crazy
value?
shut
this
up.
is fun.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
So
Yeah,
I think
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll add to it.
So we're gonna wrap up this discussion. Let us know what you think about the potential Black Widow movie, where kind of story would come out. Do you think it's even a good idea? Would you like to see like another character be involved? Do you want her standalone? Do you want us to go Black? Let us know anything because we're all in the dark. I don't even know how I feel about the movie realistically, but like
It's ScarJo, yo.
it's ScarJo, like so it's gonna be it's a whole and Spidey, so it's gonna be good, right? Like other than that, please like our video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on social media. And thank you.
Bobby.